This is the Particle 2. It was designed to bring the techniques of granular synthesis out of the studio and into a compact, performance-oriented device. The concept of granular synthesis initially developed from a studio technique where tape recordings were cut, layered, and rearranged to create new sounds. Granular techniques have become fairly common in digital audio workstations, but when the Particle was originally released in 2011, there weren't any devices yet that offered these effects for real-time performance. The Particle 2 uses newer and more powerful hardware than the original, and incorporates many new features that bring this pedal even more versatility, both in the studio and in performance settings. This video will offer a general map of the controls and how they function together. In each of the 8 modes, the Particle takes your incoming signal and slices it into grains. From there you have control over the size of the grains, their density, pitch, duration, onset time, playback direction, etc. There are 2 mode types around the dial. The 5 black modes are focused on delay, while the 3 white modes deal more with pitch shifting. There is some crossover here, and it's actually possible to combine all of these using the modeless feature in the web editor, which we'll get into in a separate video. The main thing to know if you're just getting started is that in the black modes, this knob controls delay time, and in the white modes, it controls pitch. Blend controls our wet-dry mix. It goes from all dry to all wet. Chop controls our grain size in every mode, with the shortest grains at 0 and the longest grains around noon. Past this point, we enter an envelope-triggered auto-freeze, which we'll get into a bit later. Next, we have a feedback control, which makes copies of our input, and our param knob adjusts an additional parameter unique to each mode. Let's start in delay density mode. Here, the param knob controls the time between the onset of each grain. We can adjust the grain size, delay time, and density in different combinations to manipulate the space between the grains and how they overlap. In the delay LFO mode, the delay time is controlled by a low-frequency oscillator, which shifts the delay time between 2 positions. Position A is 0, and we can set position B using our delay pitch knob. This determines the range, and the param knob controls the speed of the LFO, or the rate of travel between those 2 positions. The LFO rate is proportional to the delay time, which gives you time stretching when the param knob is to the left of noon. Above noon, it skips through the delay buffer more quickly than normal and compresses time. In reverse delay mode, the param knob decides the playback direction probability for each grain. Fully clockwise, nothing is reversed. At 0, every grain is reversed. Shorter grains result in a unique fluttery effect as you hear each grain decaying backwards into the next one, while longer grains allow for whole phrases to be written into the delay buffer and played back in reverse. The next delay mode is labeled pitch, because here our param knob introduces a level of pitch randomization for each grain. Short grains can add some chaotic texture to our dry signal, where longer grains result in clear and distinct pitch jumps in arpeggiation. If we use only a small amount of randomization here, we can achieve a Dtune chorus sound as well. The final delay mode is random, where we can randomize the delay time. Using the delay pitch knob, as we did in the LFO mode, we can set our maximum position, and the param knob sets the range of randomization. Longer grains will produce stuttering repeats, and shorter grains can create some ghostly, echoing trails. Moving on to the pitch modes, we can set our pitch knob at noon for normal pitch. Moving to the right or left, we'll shift the pitch up or down respectively, up to an octave in each direction. In the Dtune mode, we can randomly detune clouds of grains around a specified pitch. Param controls the randomization range, with a wider range also increasing the number of simultaneous grains. In the pitch LFO mode, the param knob controls the LFO speed. The LFO ramps the pitch between unison and our knob setting. Last but not least, the pitch density mode allows us to create pitch-shifted grains that can sound like blips or smoothly overlap depending on their size and density. We can tap in a tempo using the left foot switch. Quarter notes are the default, but we can assign tap divisions easily by holding the on switch and turning the mode switch. Divisions can be set for other parameters as well, but again, we'll save that for a more in-depth video. We can quickly double tap or adjust our delay knob to cancel our tap tempo and return to knob settings. If we press and hold our left foot switch, we engage the freeze mode, where instead of passing new input, the delay buffer is repeated. Engaging the freeze with the foot switch is the same as turning the chop knob fully clockwise. If we were to dial the knob back toward noon, we can adjust the freeze threshold, allowing new bits of audio to enter the buffer based on their amplitude, with louder notes passing through and quieter notes being ignored. To save a preset, we can dial in our sound, press the preset button to select one of the 4 locations, and then press and hold until the light blinks green. The pedal will store up to 127 presets in memory, which can be saved and recalled using the web editor or an external MIDI device. The Particle 2 also supports a number of other external devices through the control port, which include expression pedals, external tap tempo, our remote switch, and some other voltage controllers. Expression pedals can be assigned to any 2 combinations of knob settings. We can also connect to MIDI devices through the USB port and access additional features and more advanced configurations using our web editor, which we have linked in the description. You can find the full details on this pedal in the user manual, which is available for download at redpandalab.com. Thanks for watching.